as we welcome out the boys. Are you ready?
Boy, oh boy. Hell yeah. I don't think Journey ever meant for that song to be 14 minutes long. But you did a hell of a job, boys. Well, let's get this started officially, shall we? Let's do that. Jacksonville and the surrounding counties, please, a big warm welcome for Mr. Jensen Ackles and Padalecki. By the way, before you embrace them with your loving embrace, say adios to Mr. Rob Benedict and Mr. Michael Bora.
Yeah, my flight got canceled, so I had to hop on a new flight, so I gotta go.
Yeah, that's what fancy people do. Must be nice.
We haven't even talked, but
We haven't talked.
how are things?
Things are good, things are good.
Hi and bye.
Hi and bye.
Unfortunately, this is going to cut Jerome's paycheck. It's okay, everybody. Enjoy your time with Jared and Jen. We were literally walking down the hallway. I was like, I know that song. I know that song. But hey, this is a long version of it. And then I realized, oh, I see what's happening here. Nobody? Yeah.
Quickly before we start this, you and I didn't do something because I was in that hallway when I heard the solo. And I was like, oh shit, I think it's us. I heard screaming, I was like, oh shit, I think it's Jensen. Behind the scenes action, Jensen and I went 150 times before we walked on stage. Let's do it.
All right, now we can talk. Now we can go.
Bring it. Am I not scary? Bring it. Yes. Is it the beard? Is it the beard? Jesus. I guess I'm more fast now. Bring it.
You got a joke on deck?
Do I? What do rednecks do on Halloween? I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Yeah. Figure it out. Who will it? I'm not gonna say it, but I think there are children in the audience who might be responsible for the harm and PTSD caused. But Joseph told me that years ago.
I blame me for it?
I was giving you credit. Anyways, let's get right to the questions. Love y'all. Thank y'all.
Do you know what Tree's favorite holiday is Halloween?
I do not.
Bamboo. Whatever, this personality is going to be pumpkin, okay? There you go. There you go. Figure it out.
Do you know
She got it immediately.
take it easy.
Hold on, we'll start with that one. Yeah, go ahead. Let's start this
Do
conversation.
you know what? Shut up. Do you know what the arithmetic seed said when it grew up? The arithmetic seed, what it said when it grew up? Gee, I'm a tree. That's what it said. It said it.
Dude, people pay money to be here.
Fair enough. Bamboo got you. Fuck off.
To be fair, that joke was written on the whiteboard in the kitchen.
I wasn't going to sell you out when I saw it. In the back hallways is where we go from room to room. They have chalkboards like, hey, no one's been hurt in the last
Remember to smile today.
Remember to wash your hands and smile. And one was like, what kind of tree? Yada yada. I thought he maybe saw it, maybe didn't. I would have been so my board. So back and play. But you admitted it. By the way,
Well, I was like, hey, you got any jokes? Because I figured you would have seen it, and I thought you were going to.
I did see it, but it was stupid. It didn't care.
Oh, the arithmetic seed?
Gee, I'm a tree. Gee, I'm a tree.
Oh, no, I get it. Then I wish I didn't. Okay, let's, we start this side?
Let's start
go.
No, go over here.
Over there?
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, here we go.
It's fine if we go over here.
All right, strong side.
Strong side.
Hi, my name is Zoe, and I'm 13, and I've been watching you guys since I was 4. And I wanted to ask, what's your guys' favorite childhood memory?
Hi, Zoe.
Favorite childhood.
I think it's kind of serious. It's difficult to think of a specific one. But I had a great time playing outside. So when I grew up, it was before iPhones and iPods and iPads. When Vince grew up, it was before cars. So we had to carry water outside. It would drip down. It looked very handsome.
The furniture was made out of stone.
But I think I spent a long time trying to figure out what the heck was going on in my head because I didn't have all of the now well-known distractions of social media and whatnot. I will say this. In my, this is kind of perfect because my Jen's sons ended up in a similar situation like two weeks ago. But there were about 5 or 6 school friends I had in our neighborhood, and we were all kind of allowed to toilet paper each other's houses. Yeah. Our parents knew that. They were like, all right, y'all are next, then they're next, then they're next. And it's what it is. We didn't clean it the next day, but the excitement of it. I'm like, Zoe, nice to meet you. My favorite childhood memory was a life of crime. I would do a terrible job of like parenting right now. Like getting outside, that's why playing basketball, all that.
I mean, I've got many. I'll choose one. When there was a roller coaster at Six Flags over Texas in Arlington, Texas. Arlington. And it was called Shockwave, and it had 2 loops, right?
She keeps moving him.
Yeah, she's on the
Let's
table.
see the show.
And I was too short to ride.
You don't say. I wasn't.
It still am. I'm still too short. No, it's. I think I turned when I was 6. I was finally just tall enough. I think they've raised the minimum since then because yeah. But when I was 6 years old, I was finally like, yes, I think I'm tall enough. And I went up there, and I was. And my brother, who was 3 years older than I was, he'd already been right up for a couple of years. So he was always making fun of me that I was, I couldn't ride it, but then I was finally tall enough. And I remember being so excited to walk up and be like, yes, I know I'm going to be tall enough. And I got there and I was, and I was like, oh no. Because I looked up and I just heard the screams as it was going by. But I'll never forget that first ride. And it's something that I can almost like still taste that adrenaline that I had as a kid when it was like a so that's one.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Zoe. Hi there.
Hi, I'm Jess.
Hi, Jess.
What
What team are you?
Sorry.
Team Jess or Team D?
I love both of them.
I'm not allowed to talk about this. Kidding. Hi, Jess.
What is your favorite or go-to fake curse word for when you can't actually curse, like maybe around your kids? Or if you don't have a favorite, what's your favorite real curse word?
I don't know what Jensen is saying.
Shiitake mushrooms.
I go with mother plus
What? Mother.
That's actually disgusting.
town.
I don't know it.
Ghostbusters. Thank you.
You said Mother Plus Bucket?
Plus.
Mother Plus Bucket.
Just say that word.
That's kind of frowned upon when you're a nurse.
That's good.
I don't really like that.
I just think, shit! Talking mushrooms!
I think I'm more boring. I think I'm a fudge guy. Okay, hold on a second. I think that's the one that starts with an F. Is probably what I say most often. Genevieve doesn't love it when I say it in front of the kids. So I end up, yeah. Let's go with that. Maybe not as exciting as Mother Plus Bucket. Holy shit. Ship, which would sink. A holy ship, but the ship had holes would sink. Right? So it wouldn't be much of a ship. Well, Jess, thank you. Now my hands are deep. Bravo.
Hi there.
Hello, my question is from my wife, because she didn't get picked and I did. So I'm giving her-
Good man.
Where is she?
my wife's question is,
No,
besides...
Where's your wife?
Good question for you, wife. Hi, wife.
Hey.
Hi.
All right, what's our question?
This question's for you.
Okay, it's, besides the 67 Impala, what is your dream car to be?
Amazing. Okay. This question was for you, so what's your answer? What's that? 65 Mustang Fastback, that's good. I had a 66 Mustang. I do have a good car. My first car that I bought was a 69 Camaro. That's almost done. He always teases me because it's been getting restored for about the last...
Since I've known him.
Yeah. Essentially.
No problem. He's like, this car is being restored. Since I've met him, he's been talking about, I've never seen proof of life of this car, so I don't believe it.
We stopped asking for ransom. My favorite vehicle on the planet is a C2 Corvette convertible. So like 63 to 67, probably 67, and probably with a 327. The 427 did the front a little bit because it was heavy. Yeah, I'll go with let's call it
How would your head be in that car?
So, I would appreciate that question.
They cut a hole in the roof.
Obviously, I would take the seat out. Just kidding. Well, it's, same as the Susan Paul or Susan Camaro. It was, American made, so it's us. Mr. Ackles.
Many years ago, like maybe in the early 2000s, I had a 1973 Ford Bronco, and it was just so fun. And I took that thing places I probably shouldn't have. I used to drive that thing through the LA River, which is not allowed. But it was late at night, whatever. I sold it after a few years of owning it because I just didn't use it, and I was always working out of the city, and so it was. I felt bad. This is how much I left the car. I was like, somebody needs to drive this every day. So I ended up selling it to a sound guy who lived in Venice Beach, and he's like, this is going to be my daily drive. And I was like, okay. So I sold it. I've always regretted it. So I'm currently, right, like as we speak, building one that I found a 1969 body, so I'm restoring that one right now. Should have it soon. That actually does exist.
Will yours be finished first?
What's that?
Yours will be finished first?
Whose will be finished first? No,
Yours.
this doesn't exist.
Mine's finished and
Oh yeah, how convenient.
Thanks a bunch. And thank you, wife. Is that your actual name, your wife? What's your name? Susan. Susan, thank you. Thank you for allowing us, Susan. Hi there.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How are you?
Well, speaking that made me cry 3 times yesterday.
Way to go, Jerry.
I'm sorry.
No, they were good tears, so we're good.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Nice save, nice save.
So my question is, how do you not get caught up in fame and like realize that you're real people too? Like,
I like
We
your
don't
cameras.
They remind us hourly.
We wives, when we get home from this weekend, and go like, you'll never believe this. We saw some tattoos from the characters. We heard about how people have watched us, like Zoe, who has watched us for 13 years essentially, and it's really cool. We met wife, who lived in the next day, and they're like, that's cool. The garbage we used to go to and my shoes aren't on. So before you unpack, teasing. I think that's a great question. I would honestly say that for Jensen and me, it never really occurred to us. It was kind of a blessing and a curse that the show we worked on together was in Vancouver, because it wasn't like we were going to red carpets every night, or like this is the new hot club in Hollywood that you're invited to because you're on a TV show or something. It was sort of like, hey, you're going to work, it's cold and rainy outside, and you're going to have a great time, and you're going to go home and go to bed, and go to work again the next day. And so I feel like whatever degree of fame I have was kind of by accident. I think I just kept working, and then all of a sudden people were like, hey, I like on a show about some girls that were gossiping, but no, like that was before. So the first show I did in 2005, there was no such thing as like TiVo or DVR or Netflix, and so no one knew who the hell I was for like 3 or 4 years. Not that anybody does now, but I was probably like, I think I was auditioning for Supernatural, and someone was like, hey, weren't you that guy on that show? And I was like, yeah. And they go, oh my god, I love 7 now. That's not me, but same channel. But so basically for me, I just kept working, and I think I'm a 24-year overnight success.
Yeah, I don't. It's not. I don't think as glorified as it is, or it's not. It's not what I think most people view it to be with Jerry and I. We don't rely on what fame we have got, over the past 20 plus years. We just kind of live normal lives, and occasionally somebody will come up and say, hey, aren't you that guy? Or it might be easier to get another reservation. So there's a few things that you do notice. My wife, we rarely make reservations. We just kind of drop in because we don't know what to plan is usually. It's like, hey, I don't want to go tonight. All right, let's go out. Where are we going? Let's go here. Great. Kids in the car, we drive over there, and we hope they have an open spot. But Daniel's favorite line is, all right, go out, use your face.
So what I do is I call. Jim and I will make reservations, and I'll call in and be like, hey, Jensen Ackles table for 4. So when I get to the front, like the maitre d' stand, I'm like, hey, Ackles for 4. I'm like, oh yeah, where is he? I'm like, he just called. The kids are sick. He had to cancel. But Jim and I are here. We're like, okay. Like you see all the chefs, bartenders, like go back to their station. Like, oh, Jensen's back. Okay, shit. talking mushrooms.
There is a little story that we haven't talked about in quite a while, where my face, or whatever little fame I had, somehow didn't work. So much so that it was, I found it to be a bit of a conspiracy. There was a restaurant in Vancouver called Blue Water, and they just wouldn't let me in. And I'm not kidding, this happened not once, not twice, but maybe 4 to 5 times. Where I would walk, like, Jared's like, hey, let's meet down in Blue Water. I'm like, great, right.
It's like halfway between where he lived and
Right. So I would get there maybe a few minutes before him, just because I left early, and then I walk in and I'm like, hey, do you have room for 2? The place is empty. And she goes, no. And I'm like, no. No? You don't have that? No. Okay. And I walk out right about that time. Jared starts walking up. He's
He
like,
would text me like, hey dude, apparently they're short staffed or something because the place is empty.
the place is empty, but they were saying no. And Jared's like, whatever. So he
Well,
walks up.
I'm almost there. Let's just drink at the bar. And
So Jared walks in, and I'm like, I kind of back or something. I'm really texting somebody, and he walks in, and he's like in there for half a second. He turns back around. He's like, they got room. They're gonna see us.
yeah, I'd walk up and be like, hey.
That happened 4 times. And I'm like, what is the deal? So
That's the coolest I ever felt in my life.
so angry. But anyway, to kind of go back to your question, it doesn't. We don't live a life that I think most people would think that maybe famous people live. We're not
I
like
think a lot of
that.
people do. I think the more I think about it, I think you and I talked about it. I mean, to be brutally honest, I think our fame, whatever that means, happened as a byproduct of he and I love to tell stories. We love to hear stories. We love to be part of families. So, not to be like braggadocious, but in the 15 years that we worked on a show together, he had many offers to go and do this action movie, that action movie, this TV show that paid me more. But we loved these guys named Sam and Dean and Dennis, et cetera, et cetera. So I think our fame, in my opinion, you can correct me, but I think our degree of fame happened as a byproduct of us doing what we love doing. It wasn't to get famous. There were several things that he could have done to get more famous, or I could have done to get more famous. But it was more about being, we've said this many times, I'd rather have y'all in a room, and them in a room, him in a room, and chat about whatever than 20 Oscars. You know, like, that's more important to me. Thank you very much.
I would think about 21 Oscars.
No.
You take 21 Oscars.
Fuck you, fuck all of that, I'll take 21. All right, 14 seagulls.
Hi guys, I'm Stephanie from Germany. So first of all greetings from all German fans.
Dankeschön.
And my question is, recently you have shared up your the cast, your cast, and I wanted to ask you which were your most favorite part. Because mine, I loved it that you changed some of the sound, some over and so on. So I wanted to ask which was your favorite part.
Favorite part of the stuff that we did air conditioning. Nothing worked in that car, honestly. Like it was a picture car. It didn't need the radio didn't work. The AC didn't work. The dash instruments, none of it worked. None of it worked. It was just for show. I mean, it was, what season did they finally drop that big block in? Like, yeah, it took like 8 seasons of me like of us begging to like make the car sound like it should sound. So they finally did that. But they didn't do anything else. It was their thing was held together with duct tape and hope. Fear, tape and fear, yeah, tape and fear. We now they have been lovingly put together and made roadworthy. But I told them not to change anything kind of aesthetically, so the steering wheel is still kind of, it's the exact same way that it looked. I wanted it to look the same and feel the same, but it's much more reliable now. So
What scene or season was it when you're driving and was the bachelor seat and they were like, okay, we're breaking for lunch. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna drive back to base camp with
there's a gravel parking lot,
and
and I ended up doing donuts.
And he's like, I'm not gonna do donuts, which is fine, like the car can do donuts, but
Fire and devils and the whole crew. I'm like, why are these people diving behind cars right now? So I'm just like, what's everybody running? People are just like,
I'm having the time of my life, and I'm like,
oh yeah, he's like heading out the window going,
and then I look out the window and I see like all the assistants like diving for the freaking lights. And I'm like, that's weird. And then we just stop and realize that the rear tires, because it's rear wheel drive, are just spewing gravel pellets at 60 miles an hour. And they're like diving for cover. Like, oh shit.
I love though that when we figured out what was happening, I think we went around like 3 or 4 more times.
It's like, no, they're already laying on the ground. They're already on the way. Was it Jimmy in there? Was it one of the like flashback episodes?
Might have been, yeah.
I feel like he was in the truck.
And it was so great too, because it's not like it'd be like, all right, well, Jensen doesn't get to drive a car anymore. They literally were just like, all right, that's the risk we run.
Yeah. Dankeschön.
They got it.
Thank
I
you.
don't know that. I know Dankeschön. So, thank you. Hi there. Hi.
So both of you have been, as we know, working for 25 plus years straight.
Yeah, thanks for rubbing it in.
Yeah. So you're in a different position right now, and you're both, I think, love working, love what you do. You're very artistic, creative. I know, Jensen, you said that you're happiest when you're working. What are you doing? We all know, even with COVID, when things stop, then mentally it hits us. So what are you doing to keep yourself in that creative process and keep yourself busy and happy? Other than your families, I know,
It's a great question. I have a thought. You I've really kind of, buried myself or really embraced just getting up and getting to be a dad every day. Because there were several years where I only got to do that on the weekends, or I only got to do that a little bit here, a little bit there. So coming up with fun things to do with the kids, and just kind of embracing that, but knowing that it's temporary. This kind of intense pause. So just trying to absorb that. And I've built myself a little music corner in call my office, but I'll sneak into there and sit down and just play guitar for a while, stuff like that. But there's not much. I'm not like building a house or anything like that. I'm just kind of hanging out with the family day by day, looking forward to the holidays. We just had fun during Halloween, Thanksgiving coming up. So, just embracing the time that I've got. Yeah, I think much the same for me. It was difficult, and it's really astute of you to realize that, because obviously if we're out in public, it's like, hey, we're doing good, hey, we're having a good time. But obviously on the inside, we're humans, the same as every person in this room, in this hotel, and in this same state, and country and world. So it does get stressful, especially when I think, he and I, for 15 years, every day we were able to accomplish something. It was busy, but it was like, okay, we just put in 16 hours, but that'll live on TV or DVD or Netflix or whatever forever. And so there was some feeling of you did something. You made this, you did that, you sacrificed this for that. So it has been difficult. This is the last time I filmed any sort of TV show or movie was March 10th. So it's been almost 7 months, and prior to that, once I had filmed was probably since you, 3 or 4 months for the show he and I did, that there was a global pandemic that some of us have going on. So it's been weird. It's been weird for sure. But I think much like Ackles, kind of hanging with the family, seeing what it's like to be a parent, and a husband, and a friend, and a brother, and a son, this and that. So
That's what it's all about.
I'm realizing that. I'm a stubborn, thick-headed Pollock, so I'm still learning but I'm here for it, and I appreciate people like you. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Mandy. Mandy. So if you guys could go back to sitting there reading the very first script for the show we're all here for, and you were in the room with yourselves, what would you say to yourselves?
Don't do it. Get in.
What would like me now say to me then?
Yes.
Well, I would say, don't worry, you're going to play me. Because originally they were only reading for Sam's. They were auditioning for some role of Sam.
Obviously, someone was really fucking great at that.
Thankfully. Yeah, so there's somewhere out there in the ether is my audition tape for Sam. And I never did come back and read for Dean. They just immediately brought me to the final test audition, which is where I met him. And that was the first time I'd ever read it. But it was, yeah, I went in and I went with the cookie thing.
And then, for those who don't know, that's not uncommon for movies or TV shows and the like, is sometimes they just make everybody audition for one character to go okay, this person could be a great Crowley, this person could be a great Cassio, this person could be a great Bean, but you all read the same thing. They want to see the way you're going to react. So it wasn't like he lost a role of Sam. That's just what they do. I think every role I ever got, it was like they were auditioning. Here are your audition scenes.
And there was a lot of roles that I never, that wasn't that was kind of a product of reading for something else. Like my role on another show I did just prior to, I think Tom Welling was the lead. It came down to he and I for that role, and he ended up getting it. And then a few years later, they just called me up and said, "Hey, we've been looking for a way to bring you on. We really wanted to work with you. Really wanted you on the show." And then they created that role, and just had me, just gave it to me. So a lot of those that happens where you go in and you read for something, and then you end up getting another role, and that happened with me. So that's what I would say. I would say to my younger self reading that for the first time, who was reading it thinking that Sam was the one that I would be fighting for, I'd just be like, "Hey, don't worry, it's gonna be Dean." Because when I did the audition, I read for Sam, and I was like, "Listen, when you guys read for me, I love a shot back." And Kripke and I just looked at each other like, "We already know, we got you." So that's maybe one thing I'd say. What would you say?
I think, amen to that, and I think that dovetails into kind of what I was saying, which is more than about the show specifically. talking to two guys or gals or whatever in their 20s, like starting their life. I don't think there's any such thing as like starting your life or going like, I'm going to do this so that one day I can live this life I want. Like life is happening now. Like this is life. You know, that's what I've learned through friendships and through relationships. If you just sit down and beat yourself up for years and years and like, once I get this, then I'll have life. And then I'll do what I want to do. Like, life is happening now. You're living life now. So I wish I could tell, because a lot of 22-year-old Jared was upset. Like, this is where I thought I wanted to. I don't even know where Vancouver is.
Well, I think you've even talked about this. We've had discussions about it, but he was just coming off Gilmore Girls. He was, early 20s, and he had a really good setup going in LA. He had a solid girlfriend. He had a lot of good friends. He had dogs. He had a really good house. He was really kind of set up. And when the show started, like you said, we moved, up to Vancouver.
Did you share a story about like you shooting a pilot in the village or in the valley rather, and then going the show gets picked up. We go to the upfronts in New York. We go to Nobu.
We filmed the pilot in LA. I'm thinking we were gonna then show. At the point we would film in LA,
which is like 5 to 10 minutes from where we both lived,
and he could just continue this great stuff that he had in LA.
Months pass, so we shoot in February and March, get picked up in May, go to New York to announce the show's picked up, and then we get invited out to a dinner with all the bosses at the time, and they're like, okay, Jared, Jensen, Ricky, congratulations, you have a great time in Vancouver. And we're sitting there like, wow. Like we found out after the show was picked up, after we did all the interviews about doing the show, that we were filming in Canada. So that was a big, like, pull the rug out kind of thing. It would be amazing, and, I think it was a phenomenal place. And obviously, I think the show worked out. We're all going to be talking about it. So, but yeah, it caught me off guard. I got by with more off my friend. So, here we are. Don't we all? Thank you so much.
Hi.
I'm Jessie.
Jessie.
First, I just wanted to say thank you guys because your show's been helping me with dealing with the loss of my son a couple years ago. So my second question is, I know you guys did anime. Do you guys like anime or do you like
Anime?
Anime.
No, sorry. What's going on over here? Say it. I thought you said Amway. I didn't hear it. Anime. I dabbled in Amway. It was a college thing. It was a fad. Judgment. I hated it.
You didn't like doing the
Hated.
Well, here's the thing. With the anime that we were asked to do, he ended up doing a lot more than I agreed to. I've done voiceover work, which was different than the anime experience that we had because they had already done it and it was already animation was already done to the voices that had been to a foreign language voice that had been pre-recorded, so it was already done. So we were coming in trying to effectively dub it in English, and the words didn't sync up with the movement of the mouth. So it was just really awkward, and we were trying to maneuver or kind of adjust the dialogue to try and fit what the animation was doing, which is really completely backwards in the way it's normally done. Normally you would record all the voice work and then the animation would be done to the voice. And so I enjoyed that process, but the anime that we did it was the reverse of that, and it was just really awkward. And just, yeah, not that enjoyable.
Yeah, but anime sucks and Leia is great. So, thank you, Jesse. Hey, sorry about your son. I'm glad that we all found the family together.
Hi guys, I'm Bree. I've been asked this question to Misha in Nashville last year, and I've been trying to ask you this ever since. He said it blew his mind, so when you eat a taco, do you tip your head to the left or the right?
Right answer here?
No.
Yeah, I'm left.
Yeah,
I go left.
All the way to the right. Same with the piece of pizza, because I'm one of those like bend the piece of pizza in half.
Same with a kiss.
Right-handed. Prove it. Yeah. I guess I lean left. Wait, what? What about you?
I'm more of a burrito girl, but I go both ways.
Y'all, I know that everybody here has thought about it. Are y'all left or right? Right? Are you lefty? I can't turn right at all. Me and Derek Zoolander are incapable. We can both wish the other. Amazing. Thank you for that mind trip. My brain hurts. Thank you. Hi there.
Yeah, now it both seems weird. Now, I don't know what now. I just come straight in. Y'all some filthy. Okay, moving on.
Hello boys, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good, I'm Hannah from London.
I have.
My question to you, if you could live in another country, where would it be and why?
Italy.
Okay.
Now think about it.
No, because Italy, like, you get the bread, you lean your head to the left. Olive oil, the spaghetti. Yeah, I love Italy. I love Italy. My wife is in the process of getting her Italian passport, which means that I get grandfather to do it, even though I'm Polish as can be apparently for 23 minutes. I'll take it. So Italy is a place that I've always loved and enjoyed. But I have a lot more to travel. Hopefully, Italy. Signor Ackles.
I don't know. I'm pretty happy with her. No, there's a few out there that I think would be really fun to live in. I think Italy is certainly one. I'm a big fan. My wife's parents, my in-laws, had a place in the west coast of Scotland for like 17, 18 years. I think I could see myself being there. I hear Portugal's lovely. I'm interested in that. So yeah, there's some good places. They all seem to be here. Switzerland. I love Switzerland. It's also Europe.
Switzerland is pretty neutral. That was good. That was being good. That's one of my best moments. And I was like, sorry, I'm very proud of myself. It's a little bar.
Yeah, very low bar. Where other than the States it would be on your list of places to live?
I like Austria. Austria's
Austria, good day, man. Good on you. Koala bears. That's a Dumb and Dumber reference. Sorry, watch it. Austria, yeah. The good old outback and all that.
Going to walk about. Yeah, that sounds great.
Kangaroos, wallabies. Sounds beautiful. I'm
Thanks for
sorry.
a great weekend. It's been awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi there.
How you doing? My name is Randy.
Hey.
I was wondering, what were one of the most difficult obstacles you guys had to face or overcome either growing up or in your adult life?
Wow, that's a hell of a question. Great question. I think maybe I'll where do I start? Where do we start? But I'll give it a shot. And this is going to sound a little absurd and maybe esoteric, but just uncertainty in general. As a kid, I didn't have much, and didn't know what I was going to do, and then, he and I had a very similar journey into what we do for a living now, where both 17-year-old texting is going like, guess what happened to the West Coast? Everybody wants to be an actor or an actress or a writer or a director or a producer, and so it's just, even to this day, it is, because even, we both worked for 20-something years, like, hey, your union's on strike, so enjoy your time, well, how do I work? Like, how do I provide for my family and provide an example of who I'll be for my kids, this and that, and so just trying to accept that nothing is certain, and just do the best you can. And that's the whole thing about the earlier question, where don't wait for life to happen, life is happening. And so uncertainty is a part of it that you kind of have to deal with. And I know that's broad, I'm sorry, I wish there was a more, I could go through 1,000 examples of it, but it'd be great for me. For what? Yeah, for sure. Love it like it is.
Love it like it is.
Do you work for Amway? Sorry, I agree.
Fake it till you make it. Still doing it.
We are faking it till we make it.
I would say one that there's, life is full of challenges. It's otherwise this would be very boring. So I think you embrace those challenges, and each one kind of makes you better. What's it? Something about like if you're not being challenged, you're not learning, or so. Anyway, I don't know. So there's a lot of quotes out there. What is it? If you're not learning, you're not growing, and when you're challenged, you're learning things. That's teaching you things. So. I would say one of the things that I can, there's probably a few that I can pick up, but when I got to the point, T and I both left and moved out to the West Coast in our when we were teenagers, which thinking about that now, knowing what I know now, I cannot believe that our parents allowed us to do that. But you ask my dad to this day, he'll tell you it's one of the hardest things he's ever had to do with his life was get on that airplane after he drove me out to LA and leave his 18-year-old son in one of the biggest cities in the world alone. When I got to a point that I was probably when I booked a little show called Days of Our Lives. He's also been one of the biggest challenges in my life. Coming to terms with the fact that I was never going to move back home. And that I was destined to be gone. And that was tough getting over because I had a very great childhood. Like my parents were there. Both my grandparents came to all my games, like sporting events and all that stuff. And so I was raised in a very loving home. And leaving that and realizing that I probably wasn't going to go back to that took a big. It was a big leap of faith for me to do. But again, I'm happy I did it because it has given me quite the journey. And I think that if we cling to what's safe, then we miss out on journeys that might just be more rewarding than you can possibly imagine. So I'm still living it today.
I love that he said that he put it more eloquently than I could have. But it made me think about like being in this room today, and he was talking about, you know, when he was on days and saying like, okay, I might not ever go back home, but much like a lot of us now, like home is where family is, and family don't mean blood, so you find found family, and that's home. And then you have this home. Hopefully you all feel at home here and comfortable, supportive, and you have a big old awesome supernatural family, and I said supernatural, and fucking fire me, Zach, out of your school. I do give a shit, don't tell anybody, by the way. I do want to work with you, Zach, I love you, wherever you are. I do, just teasing you. Or Zach, just echo what this dude was talking about. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Hi there.
Hi guys, I'm Lisa. So, what personality trait from yourselves did you bring to Sam and Dean, and what personality traits from Sam and Dean did you take with yourself to yourselves?
I will say that I am very analytical. Like he would tease me often because I still read instruction manuals. You know, I'll buy an iPhone. It's my third iPhone.
Those instruction manuals. That's just a suggestion.
I still kind of I find myself a little bit more plugged into a book than out and about, and maybe I use it as a refuge as well. What did S-Dubs give JP? Some pretty awesome hair. You know, I think I will say this, kind of going back to this room, a prior question. I was able to explore, I'm grateful that I was able to explore a lot of what loyalty and sacrifice meant without actually having to get possessed by Lucifer and die several times and have your brother die several times. So I learned a lot about how to persevere, even if I was only doing it by pretending to be someone who was choosing to persevere. So I guess I learned that perseverance, ultimately, in my opinion, is a choice. And I'd say I would be proud of it for the last decade and a half.
I would say something that I brought to that I kind of brought to me from my own personal personality would be a fierce protection of the ones that I love. And I don't mean that necessarily from a physical standpoint. Like, sure, if somebody, if we're walking down the street and somebody pushes him and starts barking at him, I'm probably going to come right over his shoulder with a fist. It has happened. but I don't always mean that physically. I can also, like, if somebody is, you know, if somebody is bad-mouthing somebody that I love, then I will wear them down mentally very quickly. And it is something that I will do on the way through. I feel like Dean is very much that as well. I should have been with him. Something that I maybe learned from Dean. I think after playing that character for 15 years, my temper has shortened. Which doesn't play into the being fiercely protective very well. So that's still trying to balance those things out.
I think you're just old.
He's not wrong! So look, I think he would agree. Those two characters are still very much alive and living inside of us. When they surface, will be what we all, I think, are waiting to hear and see when that happens. And I know that I don't know if I'm
We're not gone. We're just dead for now. Thank you. Everybody say hello to 70 from Georgia. All of Georgia, or like just part of it? Southern Georgia. Anybody from Southern Georgia? I don't know, I think I'm full of shit. But 70, welcome. You can see what we can see. It's pretty awesome.
This is just basically red lights.
This is part of your SK family, and
what's your,
as we do, yeah, our last question.
What's your last question?
Actually, in mention of thanks for listening to music. It was really good helping get through it.
Amazing. Amazing.
All right. I would say just having friends that are true musicians in my life that I get inspired by musically quite often. And then it was finally some of those friends encouraging me to listen to that inspiration and do something with it. And that was a result, I think, probably a long time coming. And it's given me not only just a voice, but it's given me confidence to kind of do it and enjoy it. Music is a powerful thing. So, thank you.
And you're very welcome.
Thanks, Debbie.
Thank you so much.
That was it. That was the last question. Let's go. It was that last question. That was the last question. No more. No less. No, we're going to do it one more time. Here we go.
We do.
We have one more thing we have to do.
That's right.
We need Jennifer Cannon, Jennifer Gregory, up here, right now. Yep, up here. Here we go, Cliff. Thank you. Brittany Marriott, we need you up here, right now. And where's Victoria right here? Where's Victoria? She's back. Get over here, Victoria. On up here, come on now. Let's go.
So happy about
Jenny
this.
Gregory, round of applause.
I'm gonna get,
Brittany Marriott.
I'm gonna get thrown off in a minute.
And Victoria right here. Let me make it abundantly clear that this show doesn't go forward without the people behind the scenes who make it move. And these three women make it move and have done so brilliantly. And it's their birthday!
Here we go. Happy birthday. Wow, we really started low there. Was that, I think, really, give me the note. What the heck? Happy birthday to you. We started so started. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, so many birthdays. Happy birthday to you.
We don't got no convention without these people. Thank you very much, ladies.
See you later, guys. I know you're killing it later. All right, that's it for us, you guys. Thank you for being here. Always a pleasure to see you. Thanks for putting up with us. We love you. We love you.
And again, that's Jensen Ackles for a good spirit. Padalecki!
Anyway.